on Monday, FBI Director James Comey testified at the House Intelligence Committee's hearing into Russian involvement in the 2016 presidential election. Comey's testimony reopened old wounds for Democrats across the country as he confirmed that an investigation into ties between Russia and Trump had started in early July. The FBI director also admitted that Russians was interested in indeed trying to get Trump elected. The news has Democrats infuriated by the fact that Comey has chosen to keep this information private while coming out just days before the election announcing new evidence in the Clinton email investigation, a move that may very well have contributed to Clinton's loss. America, these are one of these ones that are really interesting, to be frank with you, I gotta tell you, because there's so many pieces to this. So Comey has indicated that he's investigating folks inside the Trump administration and their connection to Russia. We also found out this week that Paul Manafort at some point in time was working with Putin's best bud, right? Trying to influence American members of Congress or influence the image of this company, even though he said that doesn't mean he was trying to influence Putin. Now you see the White House in a Thursday press briefing distancing themselves from Manafort, saying he really wasn't that involved in the campaign, even though his title was chairman of the Trump campaign, right? Then you have Trump saying that Mr. Carter, one of the individuals involved, that he never met him, he doesn't know who he is, even though in an interview, Trump said that Carter was his foreign policy advisor. And then we also find out that there was indeed we found out from a source that there was indeed some sort of wiretapping or investigations taking place at Trump Tower. Now, here's the crux to this. Here's the real meat of that story, right? Here's the golden nugget, the takeaway. The reason why there was investigations at Trump Tower had less to do with the FBI and the intelligence community being out to get Donald Trump and have more to do with the fact that Trump campaign officials were communicating with individuals that were under some sort of sanction and were already subject to a United States wiretap, right? So there were Russian officials who were engaging in nefarious activity against the United States, which is why a FISA court granted the U.S. government the ability to tap and surveil these individuals. Trump campaign officials were talking to these same individuals, which is how we picked up this wiretap. We also find out that Michael Flynn was getting money from a foreign government, but he wasn't registered as a foreign agent. Monica Crowley, a week and a half ago, registered as a foreign agent, is now doing foreign agent work for the nation, for Ukraine. There's a lot of smoke here, America. A lot of smoke. Now, I'm not going to say there's a fire, and I think the investigation should play its course out. But America, I'm telling you, there might be some sort of connection between the Russians and Donald J. Trump. Now, let me say this, before progressives go out there and start, throwing, confetti and saying, look, the Russians really interfered in the election, right? Let's also remember that we lost this election because Hillary Clinton wasn't the best candidate in the world. Like, she was a really bad candidate. So before we go out and we start, saying, look, we should have won, so have you, understand that we ran a really crappy campaign. We didn't talk to the American people. Because if we had talked to the American people, Democrats, progressives, whatever you want to call yourself, we would have still won the election. Donald Trump won because he talked to more people. People felt more connected to Donald Trump than they did to Hillary Clinton, right? Point blank, period. Those are the facts. I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. Look at the Electoral College vote. But I'm telling you, this Clinton stuff there's a lot of moving pieces on it, y'all. There's a lot of moving pieces. And then we found out also on Thursday that the Republican chairman of the Intelligence Committee went to brief the president about this information without briefing the committee first. So people are hiding information. People are taking back information. Republicans are there's a lot going on here, and it really should cause concern for the American people. I mean, and clearly it is. I mean, Trump's approval rating is now at like, what, 39%? And that has everything to do with the fact that this thing continues to spiral out of control for Donald Trump. It's rather scary, right? Because the FBI has information indicating that Trump associates were communicating with suspected Russian operatives about possibly coordinating a release of information to damage a Clinton campaign. That's what CNN is reporting. I don't know what's true and not true here, America, but all I can tell you is this is scary.